I am absolutely gutted, guys. Hearing the news of Kevin De Bruyne going to be leaving Manchester City at the end of this current season. It just doesn't feel right. Not seeing Kevin De Bruyne in the sky blue of Manchester City, representing everything that's wonderful about the city of Manchester. He's just an incredible human being, an incredible football player, incredibly passionate about both Manchester and Manchester City. It's a place that he calls home. He knows that he's going to be leaving, and still in his statement refers to Manchester as his home. He's got a huge emotional connection to Manchester City and to Manchester as well, and it's not an easy decision for Kevin De Bruyne to make. I don't feel like it's a decision that's come very lightly from Kevin De Bruyne, but I am. I've got mixed emotions. I'm very happy that Kevin De Bruyne has announced that he's leaving Manchester City, and it's not Manchester City that are announcing it. Kevin De Bruyne deserves to tell the Manchester City faithful that he's going to be leaving the club rather than it being done through the club. And I feel like it just gives Kevin De Bruyne more of a personal feel and more of a human kind of interaction rather than the club telling the fans what is happening. So I thought it's a very good statement written by Kevin De Bruyne, which was posted on his Instagram this morning. So it's his latest post on Instagram, just says, "Dear Manchester, seeing this, you'll probably realise where this is heading. So I'll get straight to the point and I'll let you know that these will be my final few months as a Manchester City player. Nothing about this is easy to write, but as football players, we all know that this day will eventually come. The day is here, and you deserve to hear it from me first. Football led me to all of you and to this city, chasing my dream, not knowing this period would change my life. This city, these people, it gave me everything. I had no choice but to give everything back. And guess what? We won everything. Whether we like it or not, it is time to say goodbye." From Suri to Rome, Mason, Michelle and I are beyond grateful for what this place has meant to our family. Manchester will forever be on our kids' passports and, more importantly, in each of our hearts. This will always be our home put in block capitals. We cannot thank this city, club, staff, teammates, friends and family enough for this 10-year ride. Every story comes to an end, but this has definitely been the best chapter. So let's enjoy these last moments together. Much love. Number 17, Kevin De Bruyne, coming to an end his stay at Manchester City. As he said, he's achieved absolutely everything at the club. He owes the club nothing. He owes the fans absolutely nothing. He is, to me, he represents everything that Manchester City stand for. He is a world-class football player, extremely driven, a hard-working individual. He's also a family man, puts his family first, and he uses his brain to think. He literally represents everything that Manchester City aim and try and want to be. And if we could have a squad of 25 and 25 players who may not have the skill sets that Kevin De Bruyne have, but the attitude that Kevin De Bruyne has, then we would be winning every trophy out there season upon season upon season. He is, to me, the ultimate Manchester City modern day football role model. He is a tremendous football player. He's a fabulous human being, both on and off the pitch. He will be a huge loss to the Manchester City family, to the club, to the fans, to the community, and knowing that this journey is going to come to an end, I get mixed emotions, because now's a really good time for De Bruyne to leave, right at the top of his game, done everything and achieved everything at Manchester City, and it is the right time for him to leave. We know that it's the right time for him to leave. His contract's expiring in the summer. He's got an opportunity now to do what he wants to do. He can go and earn big money if he wants to go and do that. He can go and live out the rest of his days in the glorious sunshine with wonderful weather, surrounded by a wonderful community with wonderful places to raise his children. What is Kevin De Bruyne going to do? That's completely up to him, and of course it is his choice. choice, but there's no doubt Kevin De Bruyne will be a huge loss to Manchester City, and I think it's really important now, for what little time we've got left with Kevin De Bruyne, that Manchester City, both the players, the staff, and also the fans, do everything they can to try and make sure, now more than ever, that we leave this season with tremendous success. We want to make sure that we do have Champions League football for the club going forward. De Bruyne is not going to want to walk away from the club with Manchester City playing Europa League football or Europa Conference League football or no European football for next season. He wants the very best for Manchester City, and he'll do everything in his power to try and make that happen, and I think we all should try and do our bit to make sure that that happens too, to ensure that that is the success that we're looking at the end of the season. And I think it would be a wonderful way for Kevin De Bruyne to bow out of Manchester City, doing what he's done so often, and that's lifting trophies. We've got one big trophy to go at, the FA Cup. We're in the semi-final against Nottingham Forest at the end of this month. The date for that has been announced today, so hopefully the City fans will show their backing. We'll travel down to Wembley, I'm sure, in good numbers. We'll take a big sellout crowd down to Wembley. We'll make some noise, make it known that this is Manchester City turning up, and we'll hope that that semi-final isn't the last time that De Bruyne plays for Manchester City at Wembley. We can get to the FA Cup, we can bring the atmosphere, we can bring the noise, and we can really drive the lads to try and ensure that we get Champions League football for next season, but also lifting the FA Cup. And I think that would be a really heartwarming way for Kevin De Bruyne to bow out of Manchester City. No doubt a modern day legend at Manchester City, a Premier League legend as well. Honestly, guys, it's news I was expecting. It doesn't surprise me one bit to hear that Kevin De Bruyne is leaving with his contract up in the summer. I think when you get down to your last 2-3 months at Manchester City and still nothing's been sorted, more than likely it means that you're probably going to be walking away from the club. But we sit here on April 4th, 2025. We received the news this morning about Kevin De Bruyne leaving, and it doesn't make that news any easier. It's gutting. I'm absolutely devastated. I was devastated to read it. I saw the notification pop up, and I'm just thinking to myself, it's news you're expecting, but it doesn't make it any less easy. I'm so happy with what Kevin De Bruyne has achieved. I'm incredibly upset to be thinking that Kevin De Bruyne, once we get to June 30th of this year, will no longer be in the Manchester City blue, and we won't see him play for Manchester City ever again, which, as I said, draws out a lot of mixed emotions. I do hope that when the day comes for Kevin De Bruyne to walk away from his football playing career, that Manchester City can set something up in place to ensure that he returns back to the club, back home to Manchester, and we can continue to provide what his career looks like post playing on the grass and playing with 11v11, and hopefully we can get something sorted. There's rumours in the pipeline that City are going to be sorting out Fernandinho very soon, of course, another modern day Manchester City legend, and I'm hoping we can have something similar with Kevin De Bruyne. So I'm hoping that in terms of Kevin De Bruyne and Manchester City, the journey isn't over, and that at some point in the future we will see him again in another capacity associated with the club. But when it comes to actually playing on the pitch and playing for Manchester City, the time is going to come to an end. We've got a few games left remaining of the season, and hopefully we can drag out some success, and we can celebrate that, and Kevin De Bruyne can celebrate that, and it can be a really nice way for him to leave the club. But I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. It'd be really nice to have these legends of the club be able to retire at the club, but whilst there's a case where there's other alternatives that are put out on offer, whether it be players wanting to go back to their countries that they were born in, or they want to go and chase really big money coming in on offer from around the world, or they want to go to somewhere with a nicer climate. I'm not going to begrudge somebody wanting to better themselves for a short period of time for what they've got left in their short playing careers, and that's what football is. It is, at the end of the day, for these players, a short career. Very few players make it to 40 years old, and for the most part, done and dusted for life. So, yeah,